Woody Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Mama Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Tower of God Season 3, Chapter 72, aka Chapter 489, and oh my god. So last chapter, my husbando White did not come to play. My husbando White motherfucking slayed! And it was goddamn amazing. I loved how he slayed. And what we saw at the end of this chapter was just everything. We saw a Thundercat mega evolve into a Thunder Beast. That's what we saw. Anyway, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. According to what I was told, you are supposedly a very rare genius, even among the 10 great families. I guess that was just a bunch of rumors. Hey, Kitty, do you know where your Mega Evolution Stone is? Because you got a Mega Evolve too, Keys. You'll Mega Evolve someday, Zeno. You will. I know you will. I guess that was just a bunch of rumors. Ooh, boy. This ain't looking good. Here we go. Before joining Yasracha's army, Haracha didn't belong to the Lopabaya family or the felines. But Zeno belonged to the felines, but not Yasracha's family. No. Or Yasracha's army. No. He's just a cat. He not a Thundercat. Or a Yasracha cat. Whatever. He belonged to a minority known as the Rashangs. Ooh! Kitty, you hear that? You might be a minority, Keys. Yeah, you might be a minority, Kitty. Hey, I'm back and I'm a ranker now. You're back? Congratulations. The Rashangs have their own particular mark on their face. Perhaps because of that mark, most people viewed them with fear and suspicion. Oh, I love these marks. Conversely, some collectors also hunted them because they liked the mark. They had to get stronger to defend themselves and hid somewhere more isolated. Well, no shit, that's why they're Thundercats and they had to Mega Evolve into Thunder Beasts. No goddamn shit. No goddamn shit. Then one day, the felines invaded their remote village. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. The felines began slaughtering the Rashangs with their overwhelming military superiority. Oh my god. Okay. Kitty, you distracted me with your cuteness for a second there. The felines began slaughtering the Rashangs with their overwhelming military superiority. Caught off guard by the surprise attack, the Rashangs were either killed or taken prisoner. Oh, the Thundercats were enslaved! No! Haracha, the leader of the Rashangs and one of their few rankers, tried his best to fight off the felines, but he wasn't strong enough to fight them by himself. Wait a minute. So, Haracha's Lionel! Oh my god! He is! But Yasracha had been keeping an eye on him, and right at a critical moment, Yasracha stopped the battle, approached him, and made him an offer. He said that he would stop the battle, stop killing the Rashangs, and let them run away if Haracha became a feline. At first, Haracha refused, saying it was a ridiculous offer, but Yasracha told him to look behind him. Behind Haracha were the remaining Rashangs. They trembled with fear as they looked at Haracha. Haracha couldn't forsake them. Ultimately, Haracha accepted the felines' powers from Yasracha and became one of them. Oh, he became a true Thundercat. So, he became a true Thundercat! Yeah! Oh, God. He had to infiltrate somehow. Then he joined Yasracha's army and vowed to fight for them. Well, for now. For now. But he Mega Evolved and he got the powers of the Thunder Beast. I don't know if there's a point for him to be in Yasracha's army anymore. Especially when, well, once he's freed, he'll be able to do what he needs to do. In the army, Haracha used his outstanding talents and feline power to great effect. Well, he achieved victory wherever he went. He sometimes felt guilty about killing other races in a similar situation to his own, but he had a reason to fight. With each fight, Hiracha's status increased, and he amassed wealth and honor that most people couldn't even dream of. What do you want from him? He's the leader of the Thundercats. I know, this may be, well, nothing is lower than Thundercats' roar. Nah. Could be a whole lot, dude, it could be a whole lot worse than this. Oh, God. But Hiracha used all of that wealth to rebuild the village of the Rashings who ran away from Yasracha. See, this is why I'm saying he's Lionel. You cannot deny this. You cannot deny this shit. Hiracha's huge investment helped to rebuild their village, and enabled them to prosper. Advanced rankers in the army were unbelievably wealthy. Yay! As a result, whenever the Rashings needed something, they started to ask Hiracha for, no. Duh, this is a Zerafuku situation. At first, the requests were few and far between, but as Hiracha granted their request, everyone began asking him for more and more. Yeah, but this is exactly like Zerafuku from Record of Ragnarok. They didn't train themselves or work as hard as they used to. They were no longer a persecuted but proud race. The Rashing village became filled with pleasure-seeking lazy people, aka they fell into depravity. Yep. Whenever they needed something, they made no effort to acquire it themselves. They always turned to Hiracha and asked him for it. Oh, poor Hiracha. Dude, Hiracha, I feel so bad for you, because it feels like you becoming Zerafuku right now. That's what it is. But you aren't supposed to be the god of happiness. You're just supposed to be the leader of the Thundercats. As time went on, Hiracha began to feel burdened by the Rashings. He had to fight more at battles in order to satisfy their countless demands. No, you just had to say no. You just had to say no. And as a result, he became used to being with the felines and his troops in battle. Without even realizing it, Hiracha gradually became more and more feline. When he finally noticed this, his body and mind had already passed the point of no return and headed towards from Thundercat to Thunder Beast. Well, his people have already fallen into depravity, so what do you want? Hiracha tried to avoid turning into a feline, but he had to keep fighting battles, and over time there was no way of stopping the transformation. This is Zerafuku. This is straight up Zerafuku when he, and this is a Record of Ragnarok. I'm spoiling Record of Ragnarok manga, but I don't care. You mofo should be caught up to this manga by now. And don't watch that anime adaptation, which, by the way, that English anime account did not like what I had to say. They tried to pick a fight with me. That was funny as shit. They thought they pulled a fast one on me. Nuh-uh. Not today. Nah. But anyway, let me get back to my point. Zerafuku was a god of happiness, and he felt it upon himself to absorb people's misery, and he thought that was the right way to make them happy. And he saw, similar to what we saw here, the more and more despair that he took in, the more he started to transform into like full on like monster demon kind of thing. And at one point there was a point of no return, and boom, he transformed. That's what's going on here. It is just making me think of Zerafuku. I swear to God, if there is a Broda up in here, I will lose my shit. I really would love to see a Broda. Hiracha tried to avoid turning into a feline, but he had to keep fighting battles, and over time there was no way of stopping the transformation, again like Zerafuku. Eventually he began eating, behaving, and sleeping like a feline. The less frequently he saw the Rashings, the more he distanced himself from them, for the better. A long while later, an incident occurred. When Hiracha began reducing contact with the Rashings, some Rashings felt that Hiracha had betrayed them and worried that he had sided with the felines. Ultimately, the corrupt Rashing leaders gathered and held a meeting, and one of the leaders made a rash proposal. He suggested that they tell Yasracha that Hiracha betrayed the Oh, these bitches! These are entitled motherfuckers right here. He suggested that they tell Yusracha that Hiracha betrayed the felines and had been helping the Rashings, and asked him to get rid of Hiracha in exchange for accepting the Rashing leaders as felines. These are corrupt motherfuckers. These are corrupt motherfuckers. This shit ain't like with the Saiyans. Nah, this shit ain't like with the Saiyans at all. Mm-mm. Nah, this is some corrupt shit. You gotta love the depravity. This is some severe depravity here. Surprisingly, this absurd proposal was supported by the majority of the leaders, and the Rashings ended up sending a representative to Yusracha. The representative revealed that Hiracha had been deceiving the felines and helping the Rashings the entire time, and asked him to accept them as felines. Yusracha had no reason to accept such a proposal, of course. That long tongue of yours reeks of lies! Yes, Yusracha saw through your bullshit! You don't think Yusracha was gonna see through your bullshit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. In response to the Rashing's offer, Yusracha cut out his tongue right then and there, as he should. I know it's probably fucked up of me to say this. This was some karma right here. You motherfuckers fell into depravity. So, and you, like, gave in to your, not just a depravity, gave in to your desires, your sins. Well, what'd you think was gonna happen? Having heard about the incident, Hiracha quickly rushed over to Yusracha, but it was already all over. Yusracha told the flustered Hiracha that he already knew about everything from the start, but turned a blind eye to it on purpose. He said that if Hiracha didn't completely sever his ties with the Rashings, Hiracha himself might be in danger. And he's not wrong! He's not wrong! Dude, this was all... the thing is with Yusracha, he knew this was going to happen. Because why? He knows human nature. Or kitty nature. Whatever. He knows the nature of things. He knew they were going to fall into depravity. He knew that shit. But anyway. Given a choice between saving himself or his race, in order to prove Yusracha that he was a loyal feline, Hiracha vowed to kill all the Rashings himself! Whoa! And I'm not gonna lie, that's what Zurafuka was gonna do before he split himself up into 7 beings. Because there was still some good up in them. But he was lying! That night, Hiracha and a few trustworthy subordinates took some of the hostages from their previous battles, dressed them in Rashane clothes, drew the distinct... That was sneaky! Dressed them in Rashane clothes, drew the distinctive Rashane marks on their faces, and slaughtered them all. That night, the land in front of the Rashane village was covered with blood, and Hiracha sent Yusracha a picture of the bloody scene, buying himself some time. At the same time, he evacuated all the Rashangs in his hometown to another place, and he and some of his most loyal subordinates snuck away from the feline army. Then they rejoined the Rashangs, loaded them in the floating carrier they had prepared in case something like this happened, and quickly left the area. And the floating carrier, Hiracha hoped that they could forget everything that happened with the felines and make a fresh start. No, it's not happening. He thought that if they could settle somewhere new, he and the Rashangs could go back to their old selves. They could. Theoretically, they could. There's a way to get it's gonna be hard to come out of depravity, but you could. But he was wrong. This is where the problems began. A few of Hiracha's loyal feline subordinates were on board the carrier. Over time, the relationship between them and the Rashangs began to deteriorate. The Rashangs didn't want to be led by them since they were felines. See that nature. And they demanded that the felines give up all their special privileges. Dude, Hiracha can't trust your asses! Like, at least these felines he could trust, you stupid fucks. But there was nothing they could do about it. They needed the feline warriors both in battle and for maintaining the floating carrier. Duh! Besides, these dedicated subordinates had risked their own lives to go with Hiracha. Yeah, why? Why would they? Why? You see, this chapter is pointing out another thing. I'm sorry this video is going to be long, but God, I have to mention it. This is pointing out another thing with human nature. Well, feline, whatever. Racism, discrimination. It's going to happen, period. You could try and get rid of it, period, but it's going to stay no matter what. Because you can't get rid of how people feel and how people think. Saying. But the Rashangs, who were the majority on the carrier, strongly opposed them. And in the end, Hiracha had to tell his feline subordinates to give up some of their wealth and power, aka redistribution. Even after that, the Rashangs continued to take away the feline status and wealth bit by bit, just like they did to Hiracha. Give him an inch. The felines became more and more unhappy, and the whole system began to shake out its foundation. Yeah, gotta wonder what this is a commentary on, huh? Hiracha couldn't shake the feeling that something bad was going to happen. Everything he had been trying to avoid was now happening here all at once. The only way that you're going to get communism or socialism to work is by bringing everyone down. And yeah, it ain't pretty. The floating carrier was meant to be a way of getting away from everything and making a fresh start. But it soon began to feel so heavy that it might sink at any moment. His uneasy premonition became reality much sooner than he thought. The felines who had continuously given away everything they had finally couldn't take it anymore and rebelled. And some of the Rashangs were killed. Well, no shit that was going to happen. And this is a premonition of what's to come. The Rashangs used this as an exercise to demand that the felines be completely kicked out of the ship. Course they did! Course they did! The felines apologized, but the Rashangs refused to forgive them. In fact, maybe the death of their fellow Rashangs wasn't actually that important to them. Wait a minute. This sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Hiracha knew the real reason why the Rashangs were so angry. It's because the felines had more than them. Yes! 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 Oh, we know! We know what this is a commentary. Oh, God, we know. We know what this is a commentary on. Oh, yes, we do. At some point, the Rashangs could no longer stand it. If anyone had even a little bit more than them, they developed a habit of demanding equality, but they made no effort to make things truly equal. No shit! No shit! They cannot define a thing that they cannot define the word equal. They cannot define the word fair. Nah. No, they can't. This chapter is brilliant. Brilliant! Because Hiracha had simply granted all of their impossible demands until then. Yeah. Duh. Don't do that shit. I'm telling you, the timing of this chapter is goddamn scary. The felines eventually became tired of this and left the carrier, and Hiracha couldn't stop them. Without them, there was no one to operate and manage such a massive carrier, but he couldn't ask them to stay there any longer when they had given up everything to follow him. But the Rashangs, unaware of the implications of their departure, held a feast to celebrate. This sounds so familiar! Doesn't it? They thought that they would finally have the status and wealth that the felines had enjoyed. No, you won't! No, you won't! Of course, not a single one of them knew how to operate the enormous floating carrier or how to fight their enemies. Oh, this sounds so fucking familiar. Sounds so goddamn familiar, doesn't it? A cold sweat ran down Hiracha's back. Ultimately, the floating carrier will sink. Even after landing the carrier, the Rashangs will fail to acknowledge reality and will go extinct after they finally taken everything from Hiracha. Of course, the old Hiracha might not have minded going down with his own people like that. He would have avoided using his feline power even if it killed him. Defending his race would have been his most rational goal. He would have joined them in their madness without hesitation. But not now. Over time, he began seeing his people, the Rashangs, more objectively. He found himself standing somewhere between the Rashangs and the felines. That is me. That is me. That's probably a lot of you, a lot of the politically homeless, and a lot of the centrists and the libertarians. That is us right here. That is us. He found himself standing somewhere between the Rashangs and the felines, like he was caught between the two poles of a magnet. Oh, God. Preach to the choir. God, this is scary on how true this is. Maybe he was the one who had changed, not the Rashangs, and maybe it was his own fault that the Rashangs, maybe it was his own fault that the Rashangs had ended up like this. No, they were going to end up like that no matter what you did. Because that was their nature. Yasracha was right. If he doesn't choose one of them, either the felines or the Rashangs, this hell will never end. That's where I kind of have to disagree. There's got to be a way to choose neither. Why? Why choose what? I understand with Yasracha. You got to choose one for now and then just choose neither. That's what he's got to do at some point. He's probably going to die, but there's got to be a third option where he's just like, fuck this, I ain't choosing neither. But it's kind of tough. In the end, he would have to abandon one of them. Why not? Well, obviously he can't abandon Yasracha because Yasracha would probably kill his ass. But he should abandon both of them. And in that moment, Haracha made up his mind. He extended his long claws, the symbol of the felines, and in order to cut all ties between himself and the Rashangs, he turned his back on them. I do not blame him for this. I'm sorry, I do not blame Haracha for doing this. I don't. They were scumbags. The Rashangs were they were gonna die anyway. I'm sorry, they were gonna die. That evening, the Rashangs' floating carrier turned red like a sunset, proclaiming the day's end. Oh my God, this writing. Haracha then abandoned the floating carrier and returned to Yasracha's army. He would now be a feline forever. The only thing from the Rashangs that he had left was the scar on his face. It's the only thing Lionel had left from being a Thundercat. Because now he's a Thunder Beast. This story is fucking heartbreaking, but damn, that is a warning. Like, not like having to, like, literally kill people, but sometimes you have to cut off people that are negative like that and let them eat themselves alive. But it's scary how true this is. It really is scary on how this does reflect real life. It really fucking does. Anyway. Watch out. Watch out behind you. What? Woo! What's that? The acid is gathering in one spot. Woo! This isn't good. Nuh-uh. This isn't good. Oh, man. That bastard! How the heck did he concentrate the acid in one spot like that? With that much acid, he could actually hurt me. Well, no shit! He has power over water! What the fuck do you want? What's wrong? I thought you were a division commander in Jihad's army. Are you afraid of a little attack like that? Or can you not defend yourself against acid because you're too small and light? What did you just say? I thought maybe I couldn't block your attacks because you're so fast, but I was wrong. You can instantly reduce your body size and weight to almost zero. That's how you dodge my attacks. And you look so much faster because you got smaller. Isn't that right? I knew there are people who can compress themselves, but I never met someone who can make themselves as small as you. I'm surprised. What the heck are you talking about? Woo. Oh, man, I don't think he realized his own power. Oh, man. I knew it. Something didn't make sense. If I was hit with a direct attack from a high ranker, it should have killed me instantly, yet I'm still standing. I didn't notice it before because you were so quick and there was so much light everywhere. But when you compress yourself, your attack power and defenses also get weaker, don't they? one of the tower's rules is that all abnormal abilities come with risks. Maybe you can't control Shinsu then. Ooh! You seem to have figured it out, but there's nothing you can do. You can't attack me or defend against my attacks anyway. Even if you attack me with acid, like just now, I could just avoid it. It may take some time, but you're going to die. Wrong! You are doomed from the moment I figured it out, because now I'm going to gather all the acid in this place over there. God, this art is gorgeous. Over there? What are you up to? That Shinsu has the unique ability to pull anything towards it. Anything? It's called a black hole. And just like a black hole, it sucks everything around it. Ooh! Ooh! Its only downsides are there are a lot of restrictions in terms of its power and how big I can make it, and I can't stop it once it's been activated. Come to think of it, it's kind of like your beastification, but even with a little area like that, it's more than enough to gather all the acid in this place and cover you with it. Ooh, shit. Brace yourself, you're going to get sucked into it soon too. You're much lighter than the acid right now. Ooh! Damn it! Ugh. Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't help but think of what Broda would say about Hiracha, that Hiracha's going through puberty. I can't help but think about that. Oh my god, Ricket of Ragnarok, Manga readers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh god. Oh god. Hiracha's coming with puberty right now. Oh my god. Dude, whoa. Damn it, I have to get out of beast mode, but the acid just keeps coming. Yeah, good luck with that. It looks like he's planning on gathering all the acid in this place. Well, no shit, he just said that! But according to the rules of the game, the acid in the cat tower has a high enough concentration to hurt even a high ranker. If he keeps surrounding me with acid like this, I won't last long. That's the plan! How the hell can you control Shinsu like that? I'm a man of many secrets. Stop messing around. If you gather all the acid in this place here, you'll get yourself killed too, you idiot. This is suicide. Suicide? What do you mean? I have a way out. Dude, you ain't stupid. Like, what? What's that? It's the mouse! Dude, that's sneaky bitch. The mouse? Yes! But how? You didn't think I actually killed the mouse, did you? Why would I do that? I pretended to shoot the mouse with a Shinsu can, but I really captured it in a Shinsu bubble. That sneaky motherfucker. That sneaky bitch. I made it as sturdy as possible, but I was afraid it might melt soon because of the acid, but thankfully you fell into my trap sooner than I expected. You son of a bitch! You were messing with me this whole time! Well, duh! Of course I've always been a con artist! Hey, at least he admits he's a con artist! You call me a hypocrite, right? You're right! He admits he's a hypocrite! Hey, you call me a hypocrite, right? You're right! But I'm not a hypocrite because I pretend to be nice. I just really want to tear down this world that Jihad has created. I wasn't helping the weak. I wanted to encourage those who dislike Jihad to draw their swords and fight him. I've never taken pity on people who are weak or have no will to fight like you said, nor have I ever helped anyone unconditionally. I help those who may be useful to me, but I'm more than willing to abandon or turn my back on those who are of no use to me. This chapter's amazing. Okay, let's keep going. But I'm more than willing to abandon or turn my back on those who are of no use to me. Dude, that's brilliant. You know nothing about me, about who I am, why I want to defeat Jihad, or even where it all began. Woo! You bastard, who are you? I guess you could say I'm the only person who wants to destroy the leader of the 10 great families for turning his back on morality and choosing lawlessness. Woo, shit! What are you talking about? Hey, well, so long. Hey, wait! That little good. Give it to me. We want your body. We don't have a body. Give it to us. Your body, your arms. You guys again? Your legs. Aren't you tired of this? We want it. How much more do you want from me until you'll be satisfied? Damn it! Give it to us. Give it to us. Woo! Give it to us. I'm so sick of you people. If you really want everything I have, why don't you take this disgusting tattoo first? Woo! No, we already have one of those. End of round. Participant Bam won the battle within the time. Dude! I'm gonna fish this and then I'll give you my thoughts on how Haracha went out. Damn. Participant Bam won within the battle within the time limit. I didn't think he'd be able to beat their leader in 10 minutes. Maybe no shit, you underestimated him. Maybe I underestimated him. He's definitely stronger than a ranker. Participant Bam may continue moving on to the next turn. I won, but I don't feel good about it. No shit! They were just fighting for their own freedom. Why would you just watch and make us fight like this? You may now leave the battlefield. Okay. Whew. Here we go. Don't show any weakness. My master is waiting. I've come this far, no matter what sacrifices I have to make. I won't give up till the very end. I'm surprised the regular managed to clear all the monsters in one turn. But there are still many monsters and obstacles ahead. I wonder how long the regular will last, and if he chooses to the jumping route to end the game sooner. He might be shooting himself in the foot, because if he goes that route, he'll have to face a monster. Woo! A monster that even Lord Yasraja gave up trying to control. Oh my god! Do it, 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 do it. I want to see this. I want to see this shit. Oh man, I can't wait to see this shit. Ooh. Lord Haracha, why don't you just stop now? We're worried you might hurt yourself. You're always fighting in battles for our sake. Yeah, we have plenty now. We don't want to see you wear yourself out working for the felines anymore. What do you mean? There are a lot of races in the tower much stronger and wealthier than us, not just the felines. We Rashangs need way more money and power if we're going to be independent. I'm going to keep doing whatever I can to make the Rashangs stronger. You should want more for yourselves. Oh, no. Let me know if there's anything you need. If you want money or food or anything at all, I'll fight to get it for you. I'm going to make our race so wealthy and powerful that no one will ever look down on us again. Even if it takes centuries or millennia, I'll give everything I have to the Rashangs. You can have it all. Oof. Everything. Why did I help such weak, unambitious people? That's a great question! Because I love them so much. Because I loved my people. This was epic as hell. I love this chapter. I love this chapter so much. This has to be, out of all the chapters we've gotten so far recently, this is definitely the best one. Oh fuck, I would say not just recently, but I would say in this arc. In this arc, this is definitely one of the best chapters. Oh my god. Oh my god. This chapter was so good. Because there's a really, really deep commentary going on. And again, I mentioned this earlier. It's very similar to what we saw with Zerafuku and Broda, aka Buddha's backstory in well, more like Zerafuku, because Buddha just, happened upon Zerafuku in Record of Ragnarok. It's very similar. Like, you can't just keep giving and giving and giving and giving to people, because they will just they will fall into depravity and become unambitious and just get entitled, feel entitled to it. And just as we saw with Zarafuku and Hiracha, they will just fall and fall and fall and fall and fall. And as we saw, the greed took over. The greed took over. I feel like if he would have said that, you know, they need to do their part too, and, or no, what he should have said was, we need to work together to make our race the strongest race so no one will ever look down upon us. It shouldn't have been shouldered on him alone. That was, I will say, is Hiracha's fault. Hiracha shouldn't have done that shit. And you know why Sriracha didn't interfere? Because he knew that the race was going to kill it, that they were going to lead themselves to extinction. Oh, damn straight he knew. Sriracha ain't no fool. But the other thing it makes you think about is what was with these other races that Sriracha has. What are their stories? Why are they there in this game? Why? Is it similar to what we just saw with Hiracha, or is it something else? I'm so curious about this. I am. What a fucking fantastic chapter. And again, you got to look at it and compare it to what we see in real life, where sometimes you have to make the hard choices. And if you pick sides, it can backfire. But then, but in Hiracha's case, he brought this into himself. Let's be real. Actually, you know what? All it did was show him. It brought the true nature out of his people. That's what it really did. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys thought of this chapter. Do you guys agree with me that this has got to be one of the best chapters of this manhwa, at least in this arc, or maybe of the season? I really love this. I love this chapter. And do you guys see especially what I'm seeing in relation to this, especially in real life? I see it. And does this also get you thinking about the other species that Sriracha has captive? Like, what are their stories? Are they in similar situations as Hiracha? Gotta wonder what they sacrificed in order for them to be there. Because they had to sacrifice their freedom for some reason. They sacrificed their freedom, similar to Hiracha. Very curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Tower of God content, there's a few ways you could do that. You can donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later.